This video comes as a request from Sunny and Canelo, so shout out to you guys for this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to prevent injuries for boxing. Let's dive in. Tip number one is going to be to warm up in the motion. Regular things like doing jumping jacks can help you get some blood flowing, but it doesn't necessarily warm and stretch out the muscles that you're going to be using during any particular workout. So what you want to do is warm up in the motion that you're going to be actually training in. So if you're about to shadow box, warm up shadow boxing, right? Warm up in that motion and slowly loosen up and build your way up once you feel your body start getting a little more loose, a little more relaxed, and a little more ready for that particular workout. And then you don't want to feel like you warmed up just because you warmed up for shadow boxing. Every time you move on to the next exercise, give it at least a round of warming up in that particular motion. So if you're going to hit the bag next, give it at least a round of warming your knuckles up, building your strength up, right? And not really coming full blast in the first round. That's a good way to prevent injuries. Just warm up in the motion, in each motion of your workout. Muhammad Ali actually used to warm up for up to 45 minutes to an hour before each practice. And I didn't grow up in the Ali era, but I've never heard of him pulling out of a fight. Next, what you want to do is stretch after every workout. What you're going to do is you're going to put a beating on your muscles during each training. So what they're going to want to do is they're going to tighten up while they recover. And if you let them stay tight, they'll recover that way. So the next day when you wake up or the day after, what's going to happen is your muscles are going to be tight and you're going to come into practice, throw something and pull something. Right, so you want to stretch after every workout. Even doing something like a beginner's yoga stretching routine would really help you loosen up those muscles and be ready for tomorrow, be ready and loose for tomorrow. This is something I never do and I pay the price for it constantly. The reason I'm making this video is because it's something that I need to be practicing. I need to practice what I preach here. I've been terrible at it because as a young kid, I didn't get injured, so I didn't build those habits. So now I have to rewire my brain to help me keep this body and maintain it as I'm getting older. So stretch after every workout. Spend at least 15 to 30 minutes just stretching every part of your body. What has two thumbs and no cartilage in his knees? This guy. That's because I used to run with boxing shoes on the concrete. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do when it comes to this in particular. Boxers are notorious for knee problems and shin problems, and that's because they run a lot and they do a lot of jump roping. So what you want to do is invest in some good running shoes. Never, ever run in your boxing shoes. That's one of those injuries where it creeps up on you and before you know it, your knees are jacked for life. I wake up some mornings and I have to snap some of my knees back into place. Not fun. On that same note, don't jump rope with ankle weights. That's something I did as a young man and I'm paying the price for it again. I used to jump rope with ankle weights and it did wonders for my footwork. And now I'm not as mobile as I used to be, so I depend a lot on upper body movement. So don't jump rope with ankle weights. It can hurt you in the long run. Just do your jump roping and preferably on the mat. Do it on the mat. Don't do it on like a hard surface. Next, and very important, is throwing with proper form. You want to throw punches with proper form. And if you're a beginner, don't go hitting the bag heavy. Don't shadow box hard. You want to work on your form until you just get it just right. Make sure every punch you throw is with perfect form. Because when you mess up and you do things like put your wrist out, right, or maybe throw like this and snap your wrist, or maybe impinge your shoulder, right? All these things can lead to you taking time off practice and you taking time off getting better. So you're better off being patient and learning in the beginning and learning how to throw a proper punch before just diving into it and trying to look like Manny Pacquiao. Take your time in practice. It's only going to serve you, because if you don't, you're going to hurt yourself and your growth is only going to be stunted. It's only going to take longer. Now, this tip is probably the most important and most overlooked of all time when it comes to injuries, and that's your diet. One of the biggest things that leads to injuries isn't actually what we do, it's what we eat, because it causes a lot of inflammation in our body. And the second you have inflammation in your body, the most random movements can hurt you. So what you want to do is eliminate all processed food from your diet. You want to eat a good, healthy, whole foods diet. Make sure you're eating real food. If it comes out of a can or in a box or in a plastic container, don't eat it. Eat whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, fruits, foods that are real, whole grains, right? Just real foods that are not processed, that don't have high fructose corn syrup, that don't have all these additives. Just eat real food. Last tip is know when to rest. As much as boxing is about hard work and pushing yourself hard and pushing yourself to the limit, you also got to know when to rest. You should have your structured days off, but sometimes you might have to go outside of that. If you feel an injury coming in your elbow, if you feel something in your body's tweaking or cracking and not feeling right, take a day or two to recuperate and focus on rehab. Might not even be a bad idea to go get massages here and there, right? Like deep tissue and get all those kinks worked out. This way you could actually perform over the long term, because at the end of the day, this game is a sprint and you want to take care of your body as you age. You want to build those good habits in order to be able to maintain that body. Let me know in the comment section below some of the injuries that you guys have had boxing, and I'll try to address them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit all those other YouTube buttons. I'm Sean Brawl Brothers, and I'll brawl with you guys next time.